Hello there, I hope that you are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the pre-heaven community. It's your first time here, I hope you will subscribe by the end or the middle of the video, or if it's not your first time, welcome back. We are doing a series at the moment which is called I Am a Christian and I Struggle With, but this video is not going to be about that, and I hope you check out the previous video that I have uploaded. You will just find him here. I am from Canada, especially Ottawa, but originally from Cameroon, for those that are new here. I moved to Australia, it's been a month, simply because I wanted to have new experience, new air, just grow up a little bit, because I've always been living with my parents, and just live life. It all started 2 years ago. I used to work at this pharmacy in Ottawa, 𝑷𝒓𝒆 Pharmacy, and my manager there told me how he used to work and he studied his pharmacy degree here in Australia, and then after he worked, and there's this thing with the Commonwealth countries where you can have you can travel on a working holiday visa, which is literally a visa that can make you go discover the city. It's valid for a year, but you can go and use it for just a week, 2 weeks, 2 years. And I was like, okay. I just took that information when he gave it to me 2 years ago. I didn't really consider it. I did some research about it. A few months later, I started praying and meditating on it, and I kid you not, God answered to me through a dream. This was the first time that I dreamed about a project, a plan. After praying about it, this was my first time God showed me something in a dream, and it was really clear to me that this is something that God wanted me to do. So I talked about it to my mom, and obviously she said no, because I've always been a baby in the house that never leaves the house. And she was like, where are you going? Like, what do you want to do? If you want to explore the city, explore Canada. If you want to discover something, discover it here in Canada. So she said no. And then I started praying about her heart, just so that this thing that God showed me that I should be doing, if he can also convince my mom, or just work on her heart so she's more willing to allow me to go have this experience. And I kept talking about it with her, giving her more examples of, like, you know, there's kids that come here in Canada and they're not even 18 here after they graduate from high school, but they come live in a new country, study here, and they survive. And I can do the same. I'm over 20 years old, so let's just do it. Let's see. And instead, she was still saying no. I kept praying, and just this day, she just asked me herself. She was like, so what is this thing you be talking about, Shirley? I was like, okay, God. So she started being more understanding about it. We started talking and telling her what are my options, what I want to do. I want to go take some fresh air, and I have this semester off from school. This is one thing as well. I have a few classes left before I finish my degree to apply for my master, and they are all in winter, and I don't have anything in the fall. I was like, Mom, this is a great opportunity. It's either I stay here in Canada to work, or I go to Australia and just change the air and, you know, live by myself, because I've always been at home and everything. So she started thinking about it, and then we started having, like, you know, more conversations about it. And mind you, in the meantime, I'm just here doing more researches. How does it go? How do we apply for the visa? That was like last year. And the beginning of this year, I was more serious about it. I was like, now I know for sure that this fall I will not have any classes. I have nothing to do, so let's go and do it. I told my mom that I was going to apply for the visa. She said, okay. I applied for it, but I had something missing. I had the health examinations that you had to do, and I couldn't find the time to go do it because of how the schedule is made. It was always like when I either had a class or work or something. So I ended up doing it in August. I did the health examination in August. They came all clean. They gave it to my visa application, and within 2 weeks I got an answer. When I got an answer, I was like, am I sure I want to do this? Like, Australia, it's not close to Canada. I had 2 flights. Like, there's one that's 17 hours and the other one is like 8 or 9 hours. It's really, really far. There's no coming back, okay? As soon as I get on that plane, get my flight ticket, that's like $3,000. I get my place where I'm gonna stay. It's not cheap. Everything is expensive. So when I start spending that money, there's no coming back. I was like, okay, God, even if it's been a year, you showed me to this. that means you have already equipped me for this. And mind you, even if I was stressed, it's not even the type of stress that stops you from doing something, because you know that God is in it. It's just the stress of something new. Even though you are convinced that God has already prepared the way for you, He is already ahead of you, He is already showing you the path and tracing everything, opening doors and closing some, you still have this little fear in you, but that fear doesn't stop you to accomplishing what God has called you to do. That was me. Even though I had this little fear in me, I knew I had to go have this experience. Talked about it with my mom, talked about it with my sister, and then I talked about it with my family back in Cameroon. They were all happy. It was like it's a great experience and everything. So bought the flight ticket, and when I bought the flight ticket, that's how I knew that I was really coming to Australia. And then I told my closest friends, which is like 2 girls. But at the end, they were all happy for me, and they asked me questions: how's it gonna be, how's your place, and everything. So I got my flight ticket, and I left on the September 10th, and I got here on September 12th. I got here, I came to my place. It's really nice. It's really amazing. So in general, that's what answers the why and how I moved to Australia. But if you want like more details about like, you know, the visa application and why Australia, I mean, there's many countries of the Commonwealth and everything, I guess that could be another video. You can just maybe let me know in the comment section. But so far I've been exploring the city. I've been I went to the opera house, I went to the museum, I went to the beach, I went to the mall. I've been exploring here and there, and also turns out that since I'm a pharmacy assistant back in Canada, I saw that there was pharmacies as well, like looking for people, hiring. I was like, oh my gosh, not only can I have the experience of a new country, new continent, new city and everything, I can also have the experience as a pharmacy assistant here in Australia as well. Let's go for it. So applied, got the job, and here I'm working as a pharmacy assistant as well. And it's just been amazing. I mean, obviously there's some up and downs, you know, I'm far from my family, my friends and everything. But God is with me, and He's the one that comforts me every night, every day. And I will just say that if there's anyone watching this video and they've been wanting to do such a huge experience in their life, but they've never done something like that before and they're scared it's not gonna go well, it's not gonna work, what is God telling you? Is God telling you to do it? Then you know that it has to be done. If God is asking you to do it, make sure that your fear that you have in you is not bigger than your calling, and that doesn't stop you from doing what God has called you to do. So yeah, I hope I answered why and how I moved to Australia. This is about it in general, but I can answer a little bit more later on if there's more questions coming my way. But yeah, thank you for watching till here if you did, and I hope it wasn't too boring as a video. And I hope to see you in the next ones. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends that wants to do something this big or smaller or bigger. Yeah, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed, and do what God has called you to do. Bye bye.